This is Wednesday's lesson, Go Math 11.2 on page 465. Okay, just as a review, we're talking about shapes. So remember 2D shapes are our basic shapes: circle, square, rectangle, triangle. Okay, but when we're talking about 3D shapes, we're talking about shapes that stick out. So a spear, like a ball, okay? A cone, like an ice cream cone. A cube has square shapes on it. A rectangular prism, because it has a rectangle shape. And a cylinder. Okay? All right. In your lesson 11.2, page 465. We're going to combine these three-dimensional shapes to make a new shape, okay? So first they're asking us to trace to draw the new shape, write to name the new shape. So we can see here they have used two cylinders, 1 and 2, stacked them onto each other to make a bigger cylinder. So the shape is still the cylinder shape, just a bigger one. So go ahead and trace that. That will help you practice drawing it. And then you're going to write cylinder here. So remember, cylinder starts with CY for that S sound. If you don't remember how to spell it correctly, go back on your previous lesson and find how to spell it correctly. On this side, we have a cube shape. So remember, on cubes, we can see square shapes, okay? So we have two cubes stacked on top of each other. Now, when we have two cubes stacked on top of each other, now we can see that there is a rectangular prism here, okay? Because now you can see the rectangle shape when you stack them together. So on this one, we're not going to write cube because we have two cubes put together, but once we put two cubes together, that's a rectangular prism. So rectangular and prism. You can write it underneath if it doesn't fit on the line, okay? Because we're making a new shape. Okay, we're going to do the same thing here, but they've combined the shapes for us. So we're going to put together shapes to make a new shape. Okay, so here you see we're putting together a cube and a rectangular prism. I know it's a rectangular prism because I see the rectangle. So we have these two shapes, but we're going to put them together. So when we combine them, means to put together, we're going to combine them, put one on top of each other. Now you got to pretend like they're glued together and they're making a new shape. Okay? So if I have these two shapes, can I make this shape? Yes, I can. Can I make this shape by just turning it up? Yes, I can. Or I could also make this shape with so it'd be a really long rectangular prism. Okay? So here you're kind of just circling yes or no. If you can combine the two shapes, which new shape can you make? So if you have a cube, because we see this is the cube, and a cylinder. Okay, so a cube and a cylinder. Can you make this shape? Well, no, because it has a cube, but it has a rectangular prism, not a cylinder. So we cannot make that shape. Can you make this shape? Yes, because it has the two shapes that we have. We see the cube here, and we see the cylinder here. So this one we can make. Okay. In our next one, we're going to do a rectangular prism and a cylinder. Okay. Can you make this shape? The answer would be no, because we don't have a cone. So we cannot make that. Can you make this shape? Yes, because it has both of the shapes. Okay, then we have a cone and a rectangular prism. can you make this shape or this shape? It has to have a cone. So this one does not have a cone, it has a cylinder. So we cannot make that. We can make this because it has both shapes. Okay. Now you're going to do the same thing on your own. You're going to think when you combine these two shapes, which new shape can you make? Okay, and circle it. So for instance, if I look here, these are two cubes, but this is a cube and a rectangular prism. I don't have a rectangular prism, but this one shows me two cubes. So that one I can make. Okay, so you go down and do the rest. When you get to number 8, you need to make all 3 shapes. Okay, and it has to be the same. So it has to have the rectangular prism, a cone, and a cylinder. Okay, number 9. Circle the shapes you can use to make this ice cream cone. Okay, so to make an ice cream cone, do you use a rectangular prism? No. Do you use a cone shape? Yes. And do you use a cylinder? No. And do you use a sphere? Yes, that would be your ice cream. Number 10, circle the ways that make the same shape. Okay, so it's important to pay attention here. It says the same shape. Okay, so you need to look at each one and then find the ones that are the same. So I can see right now that there's one that's very different than the rest. This one is more of an L shape. Are any of the other ones an L shape? No. This one, I see some cubes that form a rectangular prism. So I see rectangular prisms on all 3 of these. And I see cubes on all 3 of these. So they're the same. But this one is more of an L shape, so it is different. So we're circling the ways that make the same shape. So we're not circling this. So we're circling the ones that make the same. Okay, on number 11, you're going to combine a rectangular prism and a cone. Choose all the new shapes you can make. Okay, so if you have a rectangular prism and a cone, can you make this shape? Well, is that a cone? If it is, color it in. Can you make this shape? Is that a rectangular prism? I see a cone, but is that a rectangular prism? Can you make this shape? Now I see a cone. Is this a rectangular prism? If it is, go ahead and color that in. And can you make this shape? If it's a rectangular prism and a cone, choose it. There could be more than one answer because it says choose all the ways. Okay, you can go ahead and do your white pages if you would like. And in your packet, today we're going to do lesson 19. Page 269. Okay, so here we're going to be identifying shapes. And we're going to look at some attributes that will help us identify each shape. So the attributes are going to be the corners and the sides. The word for corners is called vertex. That just means one corner. If you have more than one corner, we need to change this to plural. This is the singular use of the word vertex. To make it plural, we change the word to vertices. We change that EX to IC and then add the ES. Okay, so vertices and vertex means the same thing. It means a corner. Vertex just means one, singular. Vertices means more than one corner, plural. Okay, so just remember it means the word corner. Okay, sides are the straight lines. Okay, so if we look at the cube, we can see we have corners, vertices, and we have sides, the straight lines. Okay, so a triangle has one, and circle them, 2, 3 vertices, and it also has 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. These are our 2D shapes. A square has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, 4 vertices, and 4 sides. A rectangle also has 4 vertices and 4 sides. Just 2 are longer and 2 are shorter. A trapezoid, okay, look how a trapezoid's made. Has a short one on the top and a longer one on the bottom, and then kind of a diagonal line. Still has 4 corners, vertices, and 4 sides. A hexagon is any shape that has 6. So 6 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Think of a stop sign, and 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you think of a top and a bottom, and then 2 sides. Okay? So here we're going to circle to answer the question. Write to name the shape. So which shape has 4 sides? Okay, so a triangle we know has 1, 2, 3 sides. 1, 2, 3 sides. A square, we do know, has 4 sides. So square is the one with 4 sides, and then we're going to write square. Q-U-A-R-E. Okay. Number 2, which shape has 3 vertices? Okay, so remember vertices are corners. So 3 vertices. So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So that would be a triangle. And right here is how to spell triangle, so you write it on the line. And then you do the rest. Which shape has 6 sides? Make sure you're counting the sides, 6 sides. And which shape has 4 vertices, 4 corners? Okay, so all your answers are up here. Okay, number 5 on the back says circle to answer the question. Write to name the shape. Same thing you were just doing on the front. Which shape has 3 sides? Okay, if you don't remember, go back to the front and look. Which shape has 4 vertices, corners here? Write the name of the shape. Which shape has 4 sides? Which shape has 6 vertices, corners? Okay, then number 9 says, Jason, Matt, and Carrie each draw a shape with 4 sides. The shapes look different and have different names. Draw 3 shapes the children might have drawn. Write to name each shape. Okay, so they have to draw something that has 4 sides. That's your important information, so circle that. Okay, so what shapes can you draw that have 4 sides? So let's go look. Does a triangle have 4 sides? No, it has 3 sides. Does a square have 4 sides? Yes. So one of them could have drawn a square. Does a rectangle have 4 sides? Yes. So they could have drawn a rectangle. Does a trapezoid have 4 sides? Yes. So they could have drawn a trapezoid. Okay, so you're going to draw those 3 right here. A square, a rectangle. Remember, rectangle has 2 long sides, 2 short sides, and a trapezoid. Remember, it has a shorter line on the top, a longer line on the bottom, and then their diagonal lines. Okay, and make sure you spell it right by looking up here to spell it correctly. You're all done for the day.